Welcome to Haunting Justice, a journey through true crime and the unexplained. On this channel, we dive into true crime stories and paranormal occurrences. Today, I would like to tell you the story of Leon Ruffin. Life can take unexpected turns, especially when it comes to the choices we make and the paths we follow. Today, we delve into a gripping narrative that highlights the complexities of the criminal justice system, the consequences of decisions made in moments of panic, and the tragic outcomes that can arise from a single act of violence. This is the story of Leon Ruffin, a man whose life spiraled into chaos, leading him to a sentence of life in prison plus 40 years. Leon Ruffin, at the age of 51, found himself at the center of a harrowing tale that began with a friendship and ended in tragedy. His life was forever altered on a fateful day in Avondale, Louisiana, where he was accused of murdering his longtime friend, Gannon Johnson. The two men shared a bond that, like many friendships, had its ups and downs. But ultimately, it was a bond that would be shattered by a single, fatal encounter. The circumstances surrounding Johnson's death are murky, filled with the kind of details that often accompany violent incidents. On that day, emotions ran high, and what transpired between the two friends escalated to a point of no return. In a moment of heated conflict, Leon allegedly took the life of Gannon, an act that would not only end a life, but also condemn him to a future behind bars. The charges were serious. Murder is one of the most severe accusations one can face in the legal system, and the stakes were incredibly high. But the story doesn't end there. In a shocking twist, while awaiting trial for the murder of his friend, Leon was accused of pepper spraying a Jefferson Parish deputy during an escape attempt. This incident added another layer of complexity to an already dire situation. Authorities alleged that Leon's actions were driven by a desperate desire to evade the impending trial for murder, a trial that could lead to a life sentence if he were found guilty. The escape attempt, however, only served to solidify the prosecution's case against him, painting him as a man willing to resort to violence and chaos to avoid facing the consequences of his actions. As the legal proceedings unfolded, the narrative surrounding Leon Ruffin became increasingly intertwined with themes of desperation, betrayal, and the harsh realities of life behind bars. The courtroom became a battleground, not just for justice, but for understanding the motivations behind Leon's actions. Was he a man driven to madness by fear? Or was he simply a criminal who had crossed the line into unforgivable territory? The jury had to grapple with these questions as they weighed the evidence presented before them. On October 24th, Leon was sentenced to life in prison, plus an additional 40 years. This sentence was not merely a reflection of the murder charge, but also encompassed the violent act of pepper spraying a deputy. The combination of these two incidents painted a picture of a man who had not only taken a life, but had also shown a willingness to resist authority in a violent manner. The sentence served as a stark reminder of the consequences that follow a life of crime, particularly when it involves the loss of life and the endangerment of those sworn to protect the community. For Leon Ruffin, the outcome of the trial marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, one that would unfold within the confines of a prison cell. The weight of his actions would follow him, a constant reminder of the choices that led him to this point. Life in prison is not just about the loss of freedom. It is also about the psychological toll that comes with living in a place where every moment is dictated by rules and regulations. The isolation, the fear, and the regret can be overwhelming, leading many to reflect on their past and the paths that brought them to such a grim reality. In the grand scheme of things, Leon's story serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of life and the dire consequences that can arise from seemingly small decisions. It raises questions about friendship, loyalty, and the thin line that separates camaraderie from conflict. The bonds we form with others can be both a source of strength and a potential catalyst for tragedy. Leon's narrative reminds us that the choices we make, especially in moments of anger or despair, can have repercussions that extend far beyond our immediate circumstances. As we consider Leon Ruffin's journey, we are compelled to reflect on the broader implications of crime and punishment in society. What does it mean to seek justice? How do we reconcile the desire for retribution with the need for rehabilitation? These questions linger long after the gavel has fallen and the verdict has been rendered. Leon's life sentence is a stark reminder of the complexities of the human experience, where every decision carries weight and the consequences can echo through time. In the end, Leon Ruffin's story is not just about a man convicted of murder. It is about the human condition, the choices we make, and the paths we take. It is a narrative that invites us to examine our own lives, our relationships, and the moments that define us. As we explore the intricacies of this case, we are left with a profound understanding of the fragility of life and the importance of making choices that reflect our better selves. The journey of Leon Ruffin serves as a powerful reminder that every decision matters, and the consequences of our actions can shape not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Like and subscribe for more content on true crime and the paranormal.